Howdy, friends. This is Randy Taylor, Cherokee Cowboy, with today's segment of Word with a Champ for Native Voice One.
This is Word with a Champ. Here's Cherokee Cowboy, Randy Taylor.
Today, Word with a Champ in Walla, Washington at the Horse Nations Indian Relay Council Championship of Champions. Our guest today is president of the HNIRC, Calvin Gosper of the Ogallala Lakota in southwest South Dakota. This was an outstanding show in Walla, Washington.
Yes, it was, Randy. You live for these moments as riders. You live for these moments as fans. And today, with all of the races that we had on our Championship Sunday, I think that the riders brought a lot to the venue here, especially with the final race of the evening, which is the championship race. Northwest Express edging out a very tough team in S&M Express from the Crow Nation Reservation. You had a Washington team and a team from Montana going down the wire, and man, it was exciting. The people loved it.
The team are veterans. Edward Machon is the back holder, and the team manager, Arnold Abrahamson, the mugger, the exchange holder, Lauren Machon. Matthew Pacotis, a 19-year-old jockey, did an outstanding job with the Colville tribe from Nespalem, Washington, Northwest Express team. And the experience of each and every one of these team members made a difference.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of these team members, they have a lot of history. They have a lot of racing in their blood. Goes back generations. They've come from a lot of racing families. So what you've seen here today was a display of that horsemanship. You know, some of these animals, they performed very, very, very well. And, it don't get any better than this, you know.
Well, you can hear the celebration war hoops in the back. You've got to like it. And this championship started Memorial Weekend at the Cloud Peak Energy season opener in Gillette, Wyoming, and mentioned some of the other season events that brought this team here today.
We've had events in, of course, our season opener in Gillette, Wyoming. We were in Faith, South Dakota. We were at Waterville here in Washington. We were in Montana with some accredited races, South Dakota with the Ogallala Nation. What you got today is you had a chance to see 38 relay teams, largest Indian relay in the country, the world for that matter.
That is the largest gathering of Indian relay teams in the history of the sport, and a sport that is over 2 centuries old.
Each and every nation here, in their own right, they've won championships and they've won big races. Like I said, these teams, they go back generations, you know. We do want to recognize these champions and these participants here. Not only was it the Indian relay, but it was also the winner in the maiden race, the chief race, the warrior race, and of course the very popular kids youth race. That was very, very huge for us here.
Any words of encouragement for anyone to come and watch an Indian relay race, or maybe even get a team and participate?
You know, you have a lot of young and coming up teams on the reservations and different areas throughout the United States. A lot of these teams didn't make it, but I could look at some of these teams and just knowing and being around relay, knowing that these are new teams. You know, this is a 2-year-old team, a 3-year-old team. Of course, you see a lot of the teams with a lot of experience that have been at it a while, and they go back generations. But it's a new thing now. It's a cool thing with this age group. And by seeing these little guys out today, that's something that these little guys that are going to emulate. They're going to look to these guys. They're going to look to them as role models. You know, we all have role models. We want our native kids to look up to us as older natives, positive natives, doing the right thing in life and living a good life. And this is our culture. This is our horse culture. So if they're going to follow us and they want to be part of what we're doing, then me and the rest of the relay teams and relay families, we want to give them and be the best role model that we can for them to keep this sport striving and growing in our communities and on a big stage like we are here today.
That's words of our champion, Calvin Gosper, the president of the Horse Nations Indian Relay Council of Ogallala Lakota descent in southwest South Dakota. Calvin, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on not only a successful season, but the 2018 Championship of Champions in Walla, Washington.
Episodes of this program may be heard on RandyTaylorAnnouncer.com. Compliments of 4B Web Design. Thanks for listening to today's segment of Word with a Champ. For Native Voice One, this is Cherokee Cowboy Randy Taylor.
Word with a Champ is funded by the Four Bears Casino and Lodge, located near the beautiful Lake Sakakawea in Newtown, North Dakota, owned and operated by the Mandan Hidatsa in Arikara Nation. Justin Boot Company, handcrafted cowboy boots since 1879. South Point Hotel Casino and Spa, home of the Indian National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. And by Wrangler, long live cowboys.
Native Voice One, the Native American radio service.